Yo, what's up everyone? Week 2 is upon us and we got some FanDuel value plays for you. You can also look at this as like, hey, I got a question about a flex, because these are obviously guys that not everybody's starting that I kind of like this week, but don't start them over your studs. But again, this is daily, so if you got a guy like Le'Veon and you were upset, like I said last week, just put Connor in your lineup. And clearly, that worked out. So how this works for FanDuel is we're taking guys that we think are priced not as high as they should be. Therefore, you grab a few of these guys you agree with, throw them in your lineup, you throw some studs on top, boom, winning lineups. And don't do all tournaments. I won a lot of my 50-50s last week. Connor helped. But some of the tournaments, I didn't have Hill in a bunch of leagues, so it didn't work out. All right. Let's go for the running backs first. Isaiah Crowell. I can't believe I'm putting him first, $6,400, but he had 22 points last week. He looked really good. And the fact of the matter is the Jets are playing the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, week 1, did not look good against the run. I know the numbers don't say that they were terrible, but like a 75-yard that was a touchdown run by Derrick Henry got called back. They would have been gouged even more. I think Crowell matches up pretty well. And that line looked pretty good for the Jets. So Crowell scoring 22 points a week ago, I think he could hit plus 15 this week. All right, next, and I hate doubling down on guys that did good last week because, everyone's not going to be great all year. But I got LINDSAY, the running back for Denver. They didn't price adjust, so I got to put him on here. $4,900. He's a steal right now, and he got 15 carries a week ago. Denver's playing Oakland, and for such a low price, the fact that he got 15 carries, got 3 targets, makes him even more intriguing to me. Because if it was something like 7 targets and he just blew up and got a touchdown and a long run, then I wouldn't put as much stock into what he did last week. But the fact of the matter is, he was a featured back, or looked like a featured back, or at least a high committee guy last week. No reason to think that stops this week. He looked better than Freeman. He looked explosive. He's exciting. All right, another guy on Denver I'm going to is the receiver that I said was better than Demaryius Thomas. I should have drafted him over Demaryius Thomas in all of my leagues, but I didn't, and that is Mr. Sanders. It's $6,800. Again, Denver is playing Oakland, and the thing you love about Sanders, the thing that's near and dear to my heart, is targets. How many targets did he get? Not 9, not 10, 11 targets, 10 catches, $135, and a touchdown. I'm calling it right now. He is going to have more fantasy points than Mr. Thomas this year. Him and Case Keenum, it made so much sense. I don't have him on like 2 of my teams. I wish I had him on more. All right, let's move over to that quarterback position. No, let's not. Let's talk about another wide receiver. Let's talk about Mr. PHILLIP Dorsett. Now, what Philip Dorsett did last week, all that he did was targeted 7 times by Tom Brady. All that he did was catch all 7 of those. He's $6,300. They're playing the Jags, so I think he's not going to be owned barely at all, but I think he's going to get a huge target share again. Corey Coleman getting there, that means nothing. Philip Dorsett is the man, and I heard a very interesting radio interview I think it was Charlie Weiss, who said, he heard that Brady and Dorsett worked out a lot in the offseason, and he also said Brady only does that with people he thinks he's going to throw the ball to a lot. So it worked out week 1. Maybe it works out again week 2, and for $6,300, I'm willing to see. All right, now I'm going to move to that quarterback. I'm going to move to a guy that's questionable, got a hurt elbow. I'm going to move to a guy that had 5 turnovers last week, and that is Big Ben Roethlisberger. The reason I'm going to pick him is I do not trust that Kansas City secondary. They did not look good at all week 1, and they just looked bad. I think that Philip Rivers carved him up. I think Big Ben can do that, and he's at home, and Big Ben plays so much better at home. $7,600. I think it's a great play. I don't think a lot of people are going to own him, especially coming off that 5 turnover performance. When they zig, you got to zag, if something like that saying goes. All right, tight end, a guy that a lot of people will be on, but that's because so many tight ends got banged up, is Mr. Kittle. He is a discount, $5,600. The reason why I like him is 9 targets, right? Jimmy G did not look great, but he certainly looked at Kittle. And some people are like, oh, it's all because Goodwin was out. Goodwin's trending to probably be out again, and San Francisco is playing Detroit. We all saw what Detroit did. They didn't look that good. Mr. Kittle should be great over the middle yet again. All right, defense, Los Angeles Chargers. I know they don't play in San Diego. I can't help it. When I grew up there in San Diego, it's tough. Los Angeles Chargers. Got it. $4,400. Why am I choosing them? Because they are playing the Bills. Jets fans, I apologize. Sammy Boy looks to be the truth. And I said last week, whoever plays the Jets, that's the defense I'm going to pick, because I did it last year with the Browns and it worked out. Didn't work with the Jets, but I found my huckleberry, as they say in Tombstone. I'm your Huckleberry. They're my Huckleberry. Whatever. It's the Bills. No one's going to get that 90s Western reference. It's the Bills. They're terrible. They are awful. And I know they got a new quarterback. It does not matter. Who is their receivers? You are not scared of anybody on the receiving core. And LaShawn McCoy is there, sure, but that offensive line is not good. I think the young kid's going to get eaten up, and the Chargers D is better than they showed against Kansas City. Kansas City Hill just was insane. They couldn't check him. There's nobody like Hill on the Bills. You'll be just fine if you go with them. So, again, this is your FanDuel value plays. This is Nameco. I'm out.